Hey everybody, welcome to Stampers Club. I'm Karen Tralfa, and today I got a cute little tag for you. Just a little teeny quick little project. These are always so much fun to do. I love Christmas tags. I can't say that I don't. I like to make my packages really be personalized and say, wow, I really care about you. And this one is definitely going to get it for you. Let me show you how. Okay, so isn't this just an adorable little Christmas tag? I mean, come on. If you got a package and this was on it with even some gold foil wrapping paper, wouldn't you just say, wow, this person really cares about me to actually do a personalized tag? Let me show you what I used to make this. So I started out with the Greetings of the Season bundle. Now, this is an online exclusive, so it's not in the holiday catalog. It is something that you just view online under the online exclusive category. So if you go to stampinup.com or pop over to my stampersclub.com website and hit shop now, select the online exclusive category. And there's tons of things that are featured only online. I like to call them online extras. They're just exclusively seen online. You just don't see them in a printed catalog somewhere. So that's kind of the explanation on that. But I started out with this because I wanted this element right here, which is what I used for my tag base. So you get some nice stitching in it. It's a nice pretty shape. The hole is already punched for you. So this is like been my go-to tag, my go-to tag die set. So I've partnered that up with the season of green and gold, right? Golden greenery dies. So I've partnered this up with the golden greenery dies. Now, yes, there are some images that you can stamp and get these die, but they have some additional elements that are just elements, which are kind of fun. But the sweet part about this is it partners with the Graceful Greenery vellum paper. So let me move these out of the way. So the greenery vellum, it's a vellum, so it's a see-through, but the dies actually will cut out the images. So you can actually die cut this, and it's absolutely stunning in person. And then we have two different styles of pine bows. And then it also comes with, like a little snow, kind of like a snowy background vellum too. So that's really pretty. But that's a beautiful set of vellum paper that actually has some functionality by being able to die cut some of them. Let me show you a couple of them. Okay, because we're going to need these anyway, right? So I need a base plate, a clear plate, and here's I just cut a couple of those leaves out of there, right? Let me grab my tape too. So I'm going to start this way with these dies so I can see what I'm working on here. So here's just some Post-it note tape. Washi tape works too. I just didn't happen to have any on my table. So you line the die up and give it a little tape down here. You'd think I would have made this so I could put both of these on here. You know what? Let me trim this off so that I can actually get both of these on here. There we go. Cut that apart. The dies would have been too close together. And then there's a second one for this shape. Again, let me get some tape and line that up nicely. That looks good. And tape that one down. Now with a mini machine, you're going to want to offset your plates just a little bit so that they're not it's like a little stair step there, right? And then we can get it in the machine and crank that through. It makes it, by offsetting them, it leads into the machine much easier. With the narrowness of this, it's really tight, so it helps to get those a little bit offset. So let's see what we got here. And get some scrap. I'll save my tape for another time. And same thing. Look at how beautifully those cut out of that vellum paper. Aren't those adorable? Now I've already pre-cut the the pine bows, right? So those are just elements right out of the paper. No stamping whatsoever here, guys, right? So I also had die cut not only a piece of soft seafoam, but some of the mercury vellum paper too. This is adorable with this actual gold. But see, can you see if you can see the stitching on the edges there? I don't know if the camera's picking that up for you guys or not. There's like little stitching all the way around the outside edge here. I grab some of our vanilla ribbon. This is our satin vanilla ribbon. And I'm going to thread that through my hole here. I just did this in a class at my house here recently, and everybody loved this tag. These dies were just they just really bring it out, right? And then I grabbed some gold cording. This is the Simply Elegant trim. And I'm using the gold since I'm using gold. It comes in silver too, gold and silver. But I wanted to use the gold since I'm using the gold vellum here. All right, my fingers are just not working today. I'm going to tie that off there. See if yeah, I like that. And we're going to make a little bow. Maybe. You know me and bows, guys. I love bows. And we'll just kind of make these loops a little bit smaller. This is so thin, and tighten that up. And I'm going to trim this down a little bit. It's a little long. And we'll trim our ribbon too a little bit. That's also a little long. My scissors are sticky. Not the best, but my scissors are sticky. Not helping, right? All right. So I want this to always stay a little bit open. So I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit and actually just put a little dot of adhesive underneath there just so that it stays offset and doesn't lay exactly on top of each other. Okay. Now I'm going to add my pine bows. Let's get a little bit of tape here. And I want this one probably about there. And then the one right over the top of it, offset a little bit. This one's got like a little white going on there, so it's a little bit more detail. Looks like snow on the branches, right? Grab a dimensional. So I want to put this one on a dimensional. Actually, I'm going to put that right up on the stem. And we're going to put this one probably maybe about like, maybe a little higher, maybe like that. And then this one, I'm going to put right over the top of it. It'll stick on with that same dimensional just fine. Okay. You know what? I forgot to add my tag. So we're going to have to redo a couple things, but that's okay. You know, sometimes mistakes just happen in life. But let me make this part first. So I'm going to use Versamark. I'm going to do a little heat embossing here. Okay. I'm going to use Merry Christmas. Let me get my embossing tray over here and my powder open. So I'm ready. This has got clear ink that's pretty tacky. So when you stamp with it, you don't really see the image. It's kind of a tone on tone. And then just add the embossing powder to it. Put that on there. Shake off the excess. Yeah, I got a couple little crumbs there. C doesn't look right. Like I didn't get enough on there. There we go. All right. Set that aside so I don't blow it everywhere. And then I just use a clothespin. Kind of makes it so I don't burn my fingers. And then a heat gun. Maybe a heat gun. I got to get it untangled. My cord's all wrapped around everything. So just a heat gun. And I usually start with heating the bottom of the paper. Sometimes this curls. The paper will curl, and this helps keep it a little bit flatter when you warm the bottom first. Then when you flip it over, I'm going to shut that off for a second. So it's kind of dull. It's not real super shimmery. But when you heat it, it melts the powder into a liquid, and you'll see this instant shine happen. Once it gets going, it really goes quickly. There it goes. Warm that bottom again a little bit. And then you get this beautiful embossed, it's like liquid shine, right? Isn't that super cool? But here's the part that I forgot to do. So I have to undo my ribbon here because I wanted that on there. Take that off. I want this on here, right? I forgot that part. You know, it's an easy fix, right? Let's grab that right through there. I'll have to retrim my ribbon up there, but you get to watch me make a bow for a second time. Let's get that all the way down there. Right? That right all the way to the bottom there. Yep, there we go. Get my cording back out here. Wrap that back around. I do a lot of bows if you haven't noticed that yet. But I like ribbon, I like bows, and I'm okay with making them. It works for me. Definitely going to have to trim my ribbon again. Turn on the side here too. There we go. And get my loop. Put that around there. It's just like tying your shoes, ladies, gents. It's super easy to make a bow. If you can handle the little tiny parts and pieces. And bring that tail back down a little bit. It was much more perfect the first time I did it. But you guys get the gist. It almost looks like it's upside down, but it's all good. Now, what I want to do, so as you saw, this is just kind of a mess under here. Well, this tag kind of hides it. But what I want to do is make it so that it definitely stays down. So I'm going to actually grab a double stack of dimensionals. Double stack. 2 on top of each other. And I'm going to put it on the back of this tag and find where I want it. And then give it a little tag down. So it looks a little bit more 3-dimensional also, but look at that shine on that verse. Isn't that adorable? And then you can just do your to and from on the back. I mean, there is a to and from in here. There's a to and a from in the stamp set too. So this is like a nice multi-greeting. You can do some mix and match here where you can do, wishing you happy holidays. You can kind of make your own verses in there too. And they have 2 different versions of an and. So you've got 2 different styles of lettering. I like the mix on the fonts on this one too. I hope you enjoyed this super quick and easy, very little stamping Christmas tag. I enjoyed sharing this with you today, and I really, really am so happy that you stopped by. Feel free to leave some comments. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see anything else with this season of green and gold, let me know, and I will come up with something to share with you, I am sure. And you guys, in the meantime, have a stamp happy day. Bye now.